This woman gains the ability to hear men's thoughts, instantly regrets. It meets sports agent Allie Davis, who gets up extra early to deal with stupid clients, anything to stay on top of the grinding pyramid. She's helped by her assistant Brandon, who escorts her to her job at Summit Worldwide Management, and then we see her deleted dating app. The only grinding she has time for is work. She'd been working so hard to get a partner promotion. She arrives at work and gets on the. Allie sees the handsome neighbor she calls Captain. Funkta, that's close enough to the actual name, both Allie and Brandon trying to get his attention. Yes, Brandon likes men based, unfortunately for both of them. The Sigma male listens to the American Psycho soundtrack and has no time for women. The pair arrive at the alpha male-dominated summit, something between a Boy Scout club and gotcha movie fans. Allie gathers with the other guys for meeting where her boss Nick is getting ready to select the new senior VP. Nick tosses a football to his, and Allie intercepted thinking it was for her. Of course it's not. It's Eddie, a guy sitting 2 seats next to her. Hold on. Allie thought she had to deal with her boss. I mean, after all the Susie things, she's definitely deserving of a promotion. Allie confronts Nick. She wants to find out why she wasn't promoted. Well, it turns out that while Allie is a hard worker, she doesn't connect well with the other men. Allie counters saying, a lot of connecting with men. Well, until she deleted the dating app, Allie storms out of Nick's office and declares she will sign Rising Basketball superstar Jamal Berry and prove to everyone why she deserves the promotion. Allie spends time with her father. Skip at the boxing. Jimmy operates. Danny supports his girl. It's a man's world, baby. Go break their balls. Something like that. Be tough. Keep your chin up. Pull yourself up by the bootstrap. Just be yourself. You know, all the usual advice. They go out for dinner and Allie sees a new bartender named Will. Allie decides to take her father's advice and show the man her balls. Allie introduces herself and Will makes her a special cocktail. Vodka with sweet serum, you know. Things will escalate quickly. They go back to his place and play hide and seek 50 Shades of Black. Allie wakes up the following day and sees Will's son Ben wearing a strange mask on his head. Wakanda. Forever moment. Actually, it reminds me more of Bane. She realizes she's late for the grind and runs. Noticing a picture of Will with his wife, Allie leaves ashamed of being with a married man after only meeting him for 2 hours. Relatable. Allie goes to sign a deal with Jamal and his manager/father Joe Dola. What a name. Things don't work out from the start as Allie called Joe a butthole behind his back and he heard it. He also wants a magazine cover for his son, but Allie has to negotiate with basketball legend Lisa Leslie to share with Joe. Lisa refuses and throws Joe's intentions to work with Allie out the. To make things worse, Brennan points out that all had something stuck to her back. A suspicious white stain and everyone saw it. Huh? We've all been there. Just kidding, guys. I'm grinding my way to becoming a wizard at 40. Allie joins her best friend, Mary, Olivia and Sierra for Mary's bachelorette party. The girls feel Allie's pain, but they agree with her being bad with men. Woman moment Olivia says she hired a psychic named Sister to read her fortunes. Ollie goes. Sister reads her Uno cards and sees all the problems. Well, it's written on her face. Girl, if you want to solve your problems, drink some tea, then the ladies hit a club to dance. Makes it with some angry juice and Regano trip to the toilet. Worse, Ellie gets punched by a Susie balloon trips and knocks. He avant-gardes. She wakes up in the hospital and hears her doctor's thoughts about drinking and eating salt through her nose on the job. Wait a second. She just heard that man's thoughts. Now I see where things are going. Ollie is greeted by her friends and Brandon who drives her to work on the. Allie hears Brandon's sarcastic remarks about her before they both realize she can hear his thoughts immediately. They both freak out. Allie gets out in the car and walks to her work hearing random men's thoughts, and yet it's not Einstein-level dialogue. As you've guessed, overwhelmed, she gets to work and discovers even more nasty, dark secrets of the men around her just when it gets funny. Allie wants to get rid of her new talents and pay a visit to Sister, but Sister can't do anything. After a relaxing head massage, Allie realizes it's not that bad after all, and reading men's thoughts can get her a career. So she goes for it. Allie learns that her colleagues have the secret poker night and don't invite her. She shows up at the home of Ethan and finds Nick there with Joe Dola and Kevin, as well as Mark Cuban, Grant Hill and Ka O'Neill. My setup. No wonder you weren't invited. Allie reads the guy's thoughts and beats all of them until it's down to her and Joe. She intentionally loses to him and the man is pleased. Well played. Now with such a talent, you could possibly continue emptying men's pockets still for some reason. Ali decides to continue her lousy agent job while at home. Ali meets the neighbors. She's been crushed. She reads his thoughts and discovers that he wants her here and now. Man, girls really do be living on easy mode. Things escalate quickly and the man is about to give her a tour of his house. But then she discovers his love of Bane, so she retreats. Later, Joe brings Jamal to Summit Worldwide Management to hear presentation from Kevin on how they can market Jamal's status. Kevin puts on a cringy rap video. Jamal's face photoshopped in, but Ali can hear Jamal and Joe don't. I'm sorry, but there's no need to be a psychic to see that. She steps up and tries to appeal to Jamal by hearing his thoughts, but she also totally blasts Kevin's idea. As you've guessed, the lady outplayed them. Joe and Jamal are impressed. She catches them on their way out and invites them to a basketball game over the weekend, but Joe considers spending that time with his family. He also doesn't think Ali is a family person and doesn't trust a lady without a family. That's when Will and Ben walk in perfect timing. Ali pretends that Will and Ben are her husband and son. This makes Joe trust Ali and agree to go through. If only you could just pretend someone was your girlfriend. Ben returns Ali her driving license, which she forgot at his place. Then Ben lets it slip that his wife had died due to death a while back. Tragic. Ali feels terrible for assuming Will was unfaithful, so she tries to make it up to him by inviting the boys to the game and to follow her fake family plan. Of course, meanwhile, Kevin, who made that cringe rap video, is furious. He confronts her about how she made him look, but Ali believes Kevin was the one who voted her down so that Eddie would win. But Kevin thinks the opposite, and he openly states that he sees how she pulls in numbers and is actually rooting for her. So it's not about patriarchy, it's just that Ali is too aggressive. It was obvious to everyone except her. The fakers proceed the skybox and enjoy small talking. It's a bit awkward because Ali didn't tell Will that. She's faking it. Girls never tell guys when they're F anyway. Ben inserts his 5 cents and says his birthday is coming up and that he wants a race car cake, which Ali promises him. He then gives her an unexpected hug. At least Bun knows how to act outside the skybox. Ali introduces Jamal to Carl Anthony Towns. Jamal is freaking out in his mind but maintains his coolest. He meets his idol. Joe then shares with Ali that he seems keen to sign with her firm score. That's what I call a hat trick. Oh wait, it's basketball sent game match. Never mind. Meanwhile, Brandon turns on Mr. Morality and gets mad that her boss is using fake family, so he makes her go out with Will this afternoon. It'll be a double day with Mary and her fiancé James, because why not? Let's make it even more awkward. Ali also mentioned to Brandon that a guy in the office named Danny actually likes guys and has a crush on Brandon. Even Omegas can score in this world all and will go with Mary and James to a pool hall to play with balls. Okay, Ali hears James thinking about clapping the waitress. So Ali discreetly goes to whack. That's with the pool cue. Ali also hears Will thinking genuinely sweet thoughts about her, enough to give her butterflies in her stomach. Later, Ali introduces Will and Ben to her father. Although Skip seems skeptical of him initially, he warms up to Will as he sees him as a dedicated father, and they both are in love just when things are looking up and they're ready at work. It turns out that Joe takes Jamal to China due to a deal orchestrated by Ethan. The latter has left Summit Worldwide. Smart move. You know, this girl could also just leave the agency and do that whole poker thing we discussed earlier, but no ambitions. Nick is pissed and almost fires her. He then sees Will outside and reveals that Ali was just using him to make a deal with Joe. Will gets hurt and leaves woman manipulation. Moment later, Ali attends Mary's wedding and has a lot of angry juice when they're in church and the couple reads their vows. She steals the show by saying that James clapped Mary's cousin Gabby. Brandon tries to stop all, but she says he should shut up because he's just an A. The boy runs away offended, but the party isn't over. Ali mentions how Sierra's husband has been polishing another man's whistle, no cap. This leads to an all-out battle. Alice. The lady started fighting a classic wedding in the Bronx. A random woman grabs a vase and knocks Ali out with it, quite the highlight reel. Ali wakes up in the hospital again and meets the same doctor, but now she can't read his thoughts. Nice or not abilities are gone. Same with her friends. I know that feeling for me. It all started with the first video on Minute Movies. I woke up 2 years later with no friends and a big stain of mayonnaise on my shirt, and I don't remember eating any hot dogs. Anyway, Ali first apologizes to Brandon at work for how she treated him. He forgives her and we find out that day with Danny. Our relationship score. They discuss Jamal and she realizes she doesn't listen to what he really wants. She finds him at the park where he loves to play basketball and suggests he should stay in Atlanta where he is happier. Ollie later visits her. They're still mad at her, but she apologizes and offers to pay for their margarita. Mondays from now on, immediately gets forgiven. The NBA drafts happen, and Jamal stays in Atlanta. Joe thanks Ollie for making Jamal happy. Nick calls for another conference with his team. Ethan gets back on the team but will be on probation for a year. That leaves the partner seat empty. And guess who becomes the partner? Our girl, Allie, however, all decides she no longer wants to be part of the boys' club. She's quitting and starting her own agency with Kevin as her partner, taking all her clients with her. She even decides to make Brandon an agent, really, that Omega nerd. Allie goes to a birthday party for Bed and brings him the cake he wanted. Although Willie is still mad, Allie apologizes and convinces him to give her another chance. He agrees as long as they take it slow for now. Number 50 Shades of Grey. That's definitely what Will wanted to hear. Does he also get Margarita Monday? Allie, Will and Ben walk together in the park as Allie discusses plans for her agency. Moral of the story. The original gender-flipped version of this movie is way. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.